Bring the meeting to order. If we'll all rise to pledge the flag. Patrice, would you like to lead us?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Patrice. Review minutes of June 23rd, 08 meeting. Did anybody see anything that they wanted to admit or add?
Mr. Chairman, I've gone through them and made some grammatical corrections. I believe they're all made.
Okay.
So I would move that we accept the minutes of June 23rd, 2008.
Second.
Okay, and seconded. Any further discussion? If not, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Announcements? The Select Board will be meeting on the following dates. We'll have a regular meeting July 28th and August 11th of 08 at 6 p.m. We have work sessions prior to the meetings beginning at 5 p.m. Under work session meetings, we discussed that we'll be having one next Monday at 4:30 here at the Town Hall. Okay. All of these meetings will be held in the Town Hall unless otherwise posted. Weather observations for the month of June are available in the Town Hall. Another announcement we'd like to make is the International Ford Model A Day, July 26th. This will be a parade. Watch the parade of the Model A's as they make their way to Plymouth, New Hampshire. It's going to be a parade. Come to see the Model A's on the Common, 12:30 p.m. to 3 p.m. And that is July 26th. Rain date will be Sunday, July 27th. And this is co-sponsored by the Main Street Plymouth Inc. and local merchants. And for any more information, you can call 544-2727. So that looks like that'll be a lot of fun. So there is a parade route listed here. Is this posted on the board downstairs?
Yes, it's posted several places
Okay.
in town.
And there is a parade route listed on that. Okay, under agenda review, does anybody have anything to add or to the agenda?
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
I'm asked to move up the promotion of Lieutenant John Keller to captain before the land use permits.
All right.
So we don't all have to sit and wait.
Okay, good idea. All right. Anybody else? Okay, very good. All right. Okay, we'll do that under Chairman's comments. How's that? We'll even speed it up more. So, okay, at this time, we have a request by Chief Clauston to promote Lieutenant John Keller to the rank of captain.
Huh? As we discussed, John is a highly trained individual who's been a lieutenant with us for the past 3 years. He's met all the criteria for becoming a captain, and this is a budgeted move, and it's a well-deserving move for John. So,
Okay. John's been with the department how many years?
total, help me out with the guy. 12 years.
Okay, very good.
Came to us, you Explorer?
No.
He came to us, he was on the call company school. At a high school, call company, came up through the ranks, lives in the town of Plymouth.
Very good. Love to see people who have put the longevity in. 12 years is a good showing for this day and age. So that's great. Do I have a motion?
I move that we promote Lieutenant Keller to the rank of captain.
And a second? Second. And seconded. Any further discussion? I would just like to add that, John, that when the chief came in last week, he spoke very highly of you. So, and that anytime that your superiors bring the good word forward about an employee is a great credit to you. And we have all discussed this move, and the chief's full support decided that this was a very good move. And as we all decided, it was well deserved. So
Thank you.
I'd like to take this chance just to congratulate you and Captain.
Congratulations. Thank you, sir. I'll just read the top of the certificate.
Okay, right at this time, I'd like to read this, John,
With his wife and
with everybody up here. Town of Plymouth, New Hampshire, Fire Captain appointment. To John Keller of Plymouth, New Hampshire, in the County of Grafton, effective July 14th, 08, for the appointment of Fire Captain with 6 months probation. Whereas there is a vacancy in the office of the Plymouth Fire Department in said town, and whereas we, the supervisors, have confidence in your ability and integrity to perform the duties of said office, we do hereby appoint you, the said John Keller, the Fire Captain of said town, and upon you taking the oath of office and having this appointment and the certificate of said oath of office recorded by the town clerk, you shall have the powers to perform the duties and the subject of the liabilities of such office until another person be chosen and qualified in his stead. So congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Bit of that, John?
We're getting a picture of this, so go slow.
that's great.
Yeah, I don't want you to look this way. That's perfect. Oh, you guys are great.
We've got to make those badges easy. Clip on badge. Very nice.
Nice job. Thank you. Congratulations.
You failed to follow through the vote.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Yes, we did. We failed to follow through on a vote. All those in favor of the promotion to captain for John Keller? Aye. Opposed?
Guess I can't change my mind now. I thought we voted.
You had a first and a second.
Okay, land use permit announcement. Under land use permit announcements, in last week's work session, we approved, in the 6/30/08 work session, we approved some land use permits because we weren't meeting the following week because it was 4th of July. So I'd like to read those off. William Clark, 69 Reservoir Road. It's a renovation, construction of a dormer, and that was recommended and approved. John Holden, 32 Pemmy Drive, an addition, and that was recommended and approved. Interlakes Properties, 18 Winter Street, renovation, re-roof, rebuild entry roof, and add a skylight, and that was approved. Tim and Don Corrode, 143 Highland, renovation, install a wood-fired boiler and existing accessory structure, re-siding convert heating system from steam to forced hot water, and that was approved. Well, we start seeing more of those with the way energy is going. TMH 6115 LLC, care of Mr. M. McGinley, 486 Tenny Mountain Highway, a new panel on an existing freestanding sign, and that was approved. Spear Memorial Hospital, 14 Cumming Street, demolition disposal of a storm-damaged garage, and that was approved. Jonathan and Marcy Santor, 6 Texas Hill Road, fence, remove existing prefab metal shed, continue existing fence along back wall, and that was approved. And that does it for the old 6:30 announcements. The land use permits, and land use permits for this evening. Penny Baker House, Alex Ray, temporary sign, diesel sign for Old Home Days, and that has been approved.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
We unfortunately didn't get to these in our work session.
Okay.
I have one concern about this, and I'm sorry I hadn't been able to review it before, but my concern is with the use of the name Old Home Days, and I wondered, I don't know how, it says Old Home Days, is there more than one? We don't see a length of time or what, a description of the event? Is there a description on it?
No, I don't think there is, but I believe it's the one-day event that they do on Saturday.
That they did last year? Yeah.
And the year before.
Right, okay. The only concern, I'm wondering if we could ask for a different use of naming of the event. When the term Old Home Day usually refers to a town-wide supported event regarding the history of the town. And I know we don't have one yet in Plymouth, but I know there has been discussion of trying to develop a signature event, and I'm concerned, I don't want confusion to arise. If they want to use that name, I just want it identified so that people understand it's raising funds for one program. You know, we've also discussed possibly the support for having one day where events are raised for all nonprofits. That's something, you know, that could be developed in the future, but I'm concerned about the use of the term Old Home Day for, it should just be identified that it's for, you know, for the Penny Bridge House.
Penny Bridge House fundraising. Yeah.
Right. So that,
something we can talk to them about.
Yeah,
They've been using that for the last 1, 2, 3. This is their third year, I believe.
I know they used it last year. I'm not sure if they used the term before.
I think this is the third year. It might even be the fourth year, I'm not sure. So, I right now don't have a problem with them using that name, and then talking to them after the thing. They've got all their, I'm pretty sure they probably have all their marketing out there now.
It's just something you might be able to talk to
It's
them
something
about
we
the
could,
future.
yeah, we'll talk to them.
Pretty
talk to
late
them
in the
about-
day.
Yeah. So,
Have we ever had one in the past? Did Plymouth have a Old Home Day?
No, we haven't had one, but Romney has one. A number of towns have
Yeah,
it.
I know.
Guilford is a very successful one.
Yeah, and it's generally for, you know, an all-town event involving a lot of different organizations. So I just didn't want to cause any confusion and just let people know that it is a fundraiser for the Penny Bridge House, and that should be clear.
Okay. All right. Very good. We'll note that we'll talk to them. Okay. So that's, that has been approved. That's, let's see, where they want to put that. Temporary sign, easel sign for Old Home Days, and that's to be put on, where do I see it? Larry's Island to display signage to promote the day's event, which is right out here, so. Okay. John Aristiss, Steiss, 13 Joe Blake Road. Joe Blake Road, where's Joe Blake Road?
It's up in Carpenter's, across from Carpenter's Trail Path.
Okay. Fence. This wants to structure fence, and this project has been approved. Last but not least is Thomas D. Schaffner, 446 Main Street, accessory structure, a fence. Staff recommends approval with conditions. The applicant be limited to 4-foot fence height, as a greater height would require the variance on the ZBA. So, okay. Very good. That takes care of the land use permit announcements. All right. Approved purchase orders. We did none during that work session. So new purchase orders. Fire Department, New England EMS Institute, $8,185 tuition for a paramedic program. And looking forward.
This is that program we discussed with Kevin Pierce. That's his tuition money. We need to get that paid so we can start in with his classes.
Okay. Now when's he start that?
Believe it's next month.
Yeah. Okay.
Next month.
Yeah, next month. Okay. Very good. We discussed this quite a bit with the chief. Does anybody have any questions for him on this?
So he's offline while this happens.
While he's in class, obviously he's offline, but if he's scheduled to work that day, he goes to class during the day, he'll come back, finish out the rest of his tour for the 24th. So the time that he's in class, we cover him up, and the times that he's not scheduled to work, he's going down, we're paying his time to go down there, take this class.
So this right here, the $8,185 is basically we're cutting a check for his tuition.
Right.
So.
He comes out
Excuse me.
recommended.
Can you
Yes.
guys turn this country western music off so we can hear the meeting on the TV? It's country western music.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, we didn't get to hear any of the fire department stuff at all. It's been country western music.
Okay,
Thanks,
thanks, Dave,
Dave.
sorry.
All right.
He comes highly recommended, but the hospital and everybody's highly recommended him for this program.
Right,
Selected.
you can't just sign up and go to a hospital. Staff has to recommend him, I have to recommend him. He goes through an interview process, so they go through, make sure that the people that are there, they're going to pass the course. It's a very strict course. You have to buy their clothes and all that. So,
All right.
I move to approve the purchase order for the Fire Department New England EMS Institute for $8,185 for tuition for a paramedic program.
Second, 8,185?
Yep.
Second.
Okay, it's been seconded. Any further discussion? As we stated before, he did sign a contract with us. So we should get that back to tenfold, so. All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Very good.
thank you
Thanks,
very much.
Chief.
Thank
Very
you.
excited about this.
Yes, so will we.
I couldn't go to 1% anymore.
That's true. All right, the next item on the purchase orders is Park and Recreation Department, $3,700 to install new pressure-treated guardrails posted at Fox Pond Park. Tongue twister there.
That would be right.
Okay, Bob.
Yeah, Larry's had another event tonight for the town, so he couldn't make it. I passed out some pictures of different sections of the railing that he wants to replace that's rotted. It has been and always has been part of the Fox Pot improvement plan,
Right.
and we're getting ready to get to that particular section, and that's the purchase order involves.
Okay. They, Yeah, it's in dire straits.
Basically rotted at all the bases.
Yep. Okay, remind me after we take this vote on this, I've got a question. All right, do I have anybody have any questions? After looking at these pictures, I really don't.
What is this? So you got the other parking now on the other side, the Fox Park?
Yep.
Will there be similar railing over there? Or is it not
I
even?
think it's gonna go similar.
Yeah.
Yeah, these are in tough shape for the people who can't see this at home. These are in pretty tough shape, and if you have driven by, you've noticed it also. So,
They've been repaired about as many times as we
Yeah.
can. We're putting more money into repairing them.
it looks like they've been scattered and overlapped.
How long has it been in?
Oh,
Yeah, is that-
long time.
It's like 18 years, 15 to 18 years.
Why are they there just to stop cars from,
Basically,
as you
it's,
go past?
right.
They used to be able to.
They won't stop too many cars right now, but that was the intent.
All right. Any more questions? If not, I need a motion.
I make a motion that we approve the purchase order for Park and Recreation Department for $3,700 to install new pressure treated guardrails and posted Fox Pond Park.
Second?
Okay, it's been seconded by Darrell. Any further discussion? If none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Now, my question was going to be on the project up there. How much longer do they have up there?
They have the whole summer, but it's gonna be,
Yeah,
they're way ahead of schedule.
yeah, it looked like they were way ahead. I was up there the other day. You just didn't-
I'd say they're around 90%.
Okay.
You know, it's coming out good.
Yeah, it did look good. So. Now, what are the plans for the Park and Rec with that ball field up there?
I don't know, but I can't answer that.
Okay,
I know Larry has it on his schedule. I don't
Yeah.
know in what season, what building season we're talking about.
all right. Okay, visitors, no visitors tonight. Committee reports? Start with you, Charlie? Pretty quietness on the,
Yeah,
John?
good one.
Butch doesn't have any. Trees, none, yeah?
I started talking to the library about Hall Peace Day.
Yes.
8th is Friday, so County Lawyer was away this weekend, but we're going to talk about Saturday, the 9th maybe. I know the 8th was the meaningful date, but doing it on, I'm not sure. So we're still in discussions about the date there.
That's August?
That's August,
Of August.
yeah. So we're going to get advertisements out just 3 weeks ahead, which would be next week. And then outside of that, we're going to a chamber event this week.
Okay. Peace Day. Now, that's celebrated statewide, that Heritage Day, right?
Yes.
Is it
Yeah, it
statewide?
was declared a state
Yeah.
day, recognition day.
Okay. Other business, we've taken care of the motion for captain, even though we had a delayed vote on it. Now, the next item under other business is labeled HELP, and it's helping the elderly live properly. And I'll let Paul Frater speak towards this.
I'd like to thank the board for giving me the opportunity to speak on this tonight. Not necessarily doing this at the capacity of a town administrator, if anything more as an emergency management director. As you know, I'll be preaching to the choir, and anybody in this town or anybody in this state to know that this winter's going to be bringing some hard times upon our citizens, especially the seniors in our town. And this is an organization that I like to spearhead and start. For now, I'm using the acronym HELP, helping the elderly live properly. I don't think it's an acronym that's being used by anybody that's going to contest that at the moment, but it gives us a start, it gives us a base to build on. I'd like to be able to get as many volunteers as possible in any field, any age group. I'm looking for professionals, I'm looking for the layman. I'm looking for somebody that could just stop by and make sure that the citizen's doing okay, one of our seniors. I mean, in my mind, there are elders. That's where I get a lot of my knowledge from. I've met with the seniors for the last 2.5 weeks, and we started discussing affordable housing. I have to say, after discussing with the citizens for the last 2.5 weeks what they consider affordable housing, if we had to put it in terms of a definition, the house that they're living in at this current time, they would like to be able to afford to live in that house. To them, our seniors, our elders, that's affordable housing. I'd like to see this group be able to consolidate all the resources in town, all the other groups, put together a directory of existing help that's already out there, have professionals join our group. This isn't to step on another group's toes. We need everybody. We need every organization that's out there, from Whole Family Village to Spear Memorial to all the other groups that help our citizens. But we need that one point of contact that these citizens can come to, and they know the number. They know the number of the town hall. They know my telephone number. And getting these ideas from them. They've been through this before. This is their first time going through a hard time. We're talking about a generation that went through the Depression, sold apples on corners to get by. This isn't their first time to learn how to get by. They know how to get by better than any of us ever had to. I feel that this particular age group should be cooler than us in the summertime and warmer than us in the wintertime. I don't think they should be scrapping for every dollar to pay for their heat. With that said, they've got a fixed income. We know that. I think the only solution to help them with the fixed income is to divert their expenses. And I think we divert their expenses by trying to help them in other ways other than fuel. So if they can consolidate their money, put it towards the fuel. We're only going to be able to help them to a certain point in getting assistance for their utilities. After that, the money's going to be shut off. And the money that we get them this year is going to be the same amount of money approximately what we got them last year, but it's not going to go as far as it went last year. I'm going to call on groups that like I said, without stepping on people's toes, and I've got family members that are doing this too as professionals. Landscaping. The elderly put a lot of money into the landscaping of their property, the cutting of their lawns, shoveling of snow. You know, if we can find some younger people in the business that could help us shovel some of these elderly driveways so they're not putting $400 to $500 to $600 worth of shoveling towards snow last year. And I'm not asking people to just give up their business of shoveling snow. But maybe they could give a free one once in a while. Or help another citizen that hasn't had a particular person shoveling their driveway before but needs it this year. So you're not taking business away from somebody else. But just look at the neighbors on both sides of you. None of us have to walk that far to find an elderly person that we can help in some way. I've already started the staff members here at the town hall, town employees. Everybody's willing to jump on this bandwagon and help us. I'm going to need help with this. I can't do it myself. There's going to be paperwork involved. There's going to be manning the phones that are going to be involved. We could use people from a banker that can explain reverse mortgages. There's several of these people that I've talked to over the last 2.5 weeks that, I don't really like to promote reverse mortgages, but I have now seen in a few cases where reverse mortgage might completely turn their lifestyle around. But some of these people can't even get out to get counseling because they don't even have the money to make it to the bank to be able to get any kind of help and counseling on how to go about doing some of these things. A carpenter could give us $400 to $500 worth of his time and just come right up front, give us a call me up, say, I'm willing to give $500 worth of labor this coming winter. If we have somebody that has an emergency repair that they weren't anticipating as an elderly citizen, send the carpenter to that person's house, let him do the repair, give him the credit for that $400 or $500, whatever he's willing to offer. That citizen can then save that money to put towards their heat and their utilities. I could use people that could just go inside these houses and try to make them weatherproof for the wintertime. Get some of the weather stripping, the cellophane, the clear sheeting that goes over the windows. A lot of these citizens can even afford the material, but they can't put it up themselves. So there isn't anything that anybody can't do to join this group. So if you're not already part of an organization helping our citizens, helping our elderly get by, then I'd like to have the opportunity to give it a shot, run it as a business, not put a burden on the town or the taxpayers, and just use people helping people. And I think we can make a good cause out of it. We'll make it a one-year program for now, a two-season program. Let's get it through the winter. As emergency management director, I said, we've got an emergency in our hand. The advantage that we have, this isn't at the level of a tornado where we only have a few seconds to minutes to get ready. This is more like days and weeks. You know, it's the summertime now, we're enjoying our vacations, we're enjoying the warm summer. Winter's gonna come upon us. I think now's the time to start thinking about how we can get these citizens through this next winter.
And I think it's a great idea. I really think it's an opportunity for the community to really step up. There's only so much aid that's going to be out there for the fuel assistance and stuff with the state, and I think communities that step forward and take on the responsibility and accept that responsibility are going to be ahead of the curve. And I think this community's always been one that will step up to the cause. So I think this is a real good idea. This is about neighbors helping neighbors. It's about people helping people. It's about doing the right thing. And I think when it comes right down to it, it's not anybody here that doesn't want to do the right thing.
And that's what's been happening. A lot of people have been coming to it. A lot of people don't know where to go to help,
Right.
even with all the organizations that we have. And you're going to find that these seniors like to do all the things that we like to do. They'd like to go to a movie. They'd like to go bargain shopping. No, they get the same ads that we get in the paper that say down in Tilton they can get X amount of produce for X amount of dollars and save X amount of money. But they don't have the means of getting to go bargain hunting. They're stuck locally. A shuttle service, getting some of these people together, getting them over to the senior center. As I said, this isn't to take away from places like the senior center. Let's get more seniors over there. If the senior center needs this group to help them, then we'll help them. If another group needs us to help them, we'll help them. If our combined efforts will get something done faster, then we'll combine our efforts. But let's do something. Let's do it now. Let's not wait. There isn't anything else that we can do today that we can start helping the citizens tomorrow morning. But we can do this. If we do this today, we can start helping them tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
So I'd like to be that point of contact. I can be reached at the town hall. If you call my staff here at the town hall, they'll just ask you what your name is, and then they'll give you my cell phone number. And I'm just asking for permission from the board to house this out of the town hall. And outside of that, I promise there won't be any other burden on the town hall or the taxpayers of this town.
I don't have a problem with that. Does anybody want to speak on this?
I think it's a great initiative, Paul, and definitely something that's needed. I've been following all the news stories on what's going to happen with our fuel supply and how hard it's going to hit this winter, so I'm very concerned. And I definitely feel that in our small town there are people that are willing to help each other out, and I would just encourage everybody to do whatever they can to help other people. Be thoughtful about, you have teenagers, they can get out there and help shovel the sidewalks or the driveways of some of their senior neighbors that just can't get out there and do that anymore. There's something that everybody can do to help, and I think we see that happen in this town all the time. But I think it's a great idea to have a formalized effort. I would just hope, I definitely would like to participate and volunteer, and I'd like to see a volunteer coordinator, because we know how busy you are, Paul, but I think this is a great opportunity for people to help pitch in and get everybody through this winter.
Well, I just want to add that it's just a good business practice to begin with. We're all busy, and but anybody that's a good businessman knows that if you donate some of your efforts, you'll get a reward. There'll be a reward at the end. It's just law of physics. It happens every time. For young businessmen that are out there, give somebody a free pass.
That's
Once in a
right.
while, give somebody a free pass.
Mm-hmm.
You'll more than make it up on the other end.
Right.
And it's needed. It's needed now more than it's ever been needed before.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we have a great opportunity to accomplish something, and let's see where it goes. The clock's ticking for all of us. We're all going to be there at some point, hopefully.
Yep.
stop short of dying. Now, we will be seniors ourselves. Once again, our seniors are giving us a chance to fix a problem that maybe won't exist when we get to their age. So I think we can get it right.
Great.
Very good. Anybody else have any comments?
I've attended a couple of student government meetings at PSU during the semester, and I think this would be a great thing to bring before them. And as well, I'll just personally donate some database time so you can set up a database and organize so who needs what and who is who. So.
And that's our goal. Our goal is, like I said, and not taking over other organizations, but giving its seniors a chance of even being aware of what's out there for them. A lot of them aren't even aware of all the programs that are out there for them. So I think this is going to benefit every volunteer organization in our community. Because we'll put them on our website too and get their word out too, and try to put a directory together that we can pass out to the seniors saying, if you have this problem, these are the solutions that are available to you.
Good. Okay. Very good. Thanks, Paul. All right, moving on. We've been to public comments. Anybody have any public? Yes.
I will email you all, I can give you lots of information. The whole village is currently working on a book of all of the resources. We had one in 2000 and it has not been updated, and it's currently being updated. I can give you a contact at the college. Phys ed majors that are in education have to do 40 hours of volunteer work. I access them all the time. I teach nutrition, that's a required course, so I have a lot of contact with those kids. So I will give you a contact and you can get in touch with for that. Reverse mortgage, I had someone ask me about that recently, and it's hard to find someone in Plymouth that does that. I think MVSB recently put something in the newspaper, but I have materials on that also. And you might want to contact, we have a social worker at the whole village now, Shirley Bemis, and there's a social worker at the senior center. Those would be very good contacts, so that you're not doubling what's already being done. There's a lot of work to be done here. So you want to talk to some of these people that have already got the work done so that you don't have to do it again.
No, we're not here to reinvent the wheel.
Right.
And that's why I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot of great groups like the group that you're with, Robin, and I appreciate it. We don't want that duplication of it. We don't want to emulate another organization. We just want to be the catch-all, since a lot of the complaints come our way. We have a lot of opportunity to turn those complaints into a positive.
And there are a lot of organizations in town that have to volunteer because, trust me, they call the whole village, the kids do, like the night before it's due, and say, what can I do? So if we get all of these groups together and organized it.
And that's what happens. We get that
powerful.
call here too, whether it be the Boy Scouts or the Girl Scouts. It's always seems when that call comes in, you can't think of anything at the time.
Right.
And there's times that you wish to call and that phone will ring.
So I would definitely would want to serve on the community and help you with that.
Thank you.
And I'll email you all these contacts.
The other resource too would be the high school, because under the communitarian philosophy, there are kids up there all the time that have to do things. I know with health classes, they have community service to do as well, so that may be a smaller scale in the college, but that would be another resource. I'm going to take this back to Genesis Behavioral Health to discuss them about, as far as the counseling piece. I know I myself would be willing to donate time and find if there's something that we can do, what they can do at that scale. So it might be helpful as well.
Thank you.
Very good. Thanks. Anybody else comment?
Do we have a watch list of people that, can we develop a list of people that we should
That's what we want.
periodically?
A lot of people need to be watched.
Because I think the selectmen could, assign one or two or three people that, because after a big snowstorm, somebody's got to go out and check and see what's going on.
Generally, we should be checked on. They should be taken care of on a daily, every other day basis. Like I said, when we get together as a committee and we can sit down as a group and we can put all these things on paper and what services we can provide. And I don't have all the answers. What I do know is all the answers are out there. I mean, there's 3,000 of us that can come up.
I got a volunteer already for the reverse mortgage.
I know Whole Village has a monthly status meeting or So that might be a good place to just
Right, you
kick off.
definitely want to come, it's the first
Thursday.
Thursday. We don't meet during the summer, but the first Thursday of the month at 9 a.m., we have like a wraparound meeting.
Would be a good place to have a, as far as supply side goes.
Mhm.
Okay. Any other comments? Is that it? Okay. All right, we'll be going into non-public under, what's the,
RSA 91A.
okay.
Something.
Colon 3, that'll be C. Continuation of legal.
Legal. It's a continuation of a legal issue.
Legal reputation.
Okay. Do I have a second?
Second.
A second. All those in favor, Bill?
Aye.
Aye.
Vote aye. Charlie, aye. Okay. We've got, what have we got with you?
This is just from the legal one. This is the excerpt.